episode 82. And welcome into the Benches Cleared podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. Yeah. And I am Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the San Francisco Giants, who went a 5-1 week last week.
And I'm Tyler Coe, and I represent the Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't even know. I don't remember. It was bad.
Come on.
It was bad.
You want me to do the math?
Fuck you.
You lost the
Fuck
series against the
Fuck
Giants,
you.
meaning you went 1-2, and then you split. So you went a 3-4.
Yes, thank you.
Because I know how to do first grade math.
Yeah, coming from the guy
And
that
it's great.
barely graduated high school. Fuck you.
Opportunities for learning was good. Come see me. Stand up.
The Dodgers. Let's just get right into it. I got some things to say before we even hop into shit.
Get it off your chest.
This team is fucking embarrassing. They're embarrassing themselves. Dude, the offense is so inconsistent. Today, 4 hits from our top 3 guys, and that's it. And then I'll wait. You know what? I'll bite my tongue. I'll go our normal format to not throw anyone off here, and I'm just very.
We don't
upset.
go out of order here.
I'm just upset and frustrated.
Well, that's called a little foreshadowing. Around the league, there's not much to talk about around the league, but I do want to just give a little love to the Blue Jays, man. Blue Jays racking it up over there in freaking Toronto after switching stadiums 2 different times, coming back to only a game and a half out of the second wild card. And, man, I think they're playing the Yankees right now, and they are winning said game.
Good for them. Who the fuck cares? Yeah, I mean,
I care. It's nice to see, man. I love.
No, it's
mean,
cool. They're on like a 7-game win streak, and the Yankees have lost 5 in a row, 6 in a row.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's top of the 8th, and Blue Jays are bases loaded, 1 out, and they're winning by a run. So,
yeah, I mean, I would much rather see the Blue Jays win the wild card than the Red Sox or the Yankees. So,
right.
That's neat.
Well, I think the Red Sox are still in there. It's going to be one of those 3 teams.
As a struggling Dodgers fan right now, we have bigger fish to fry.
I can't fish fry. I love fish fries.
I can't care about anything else.
Except just how shitty the Dodgers
play.
I get it. But yes, I'm in a. I mean. Let's just say the Dodgers are lucky enough to get to this point, but in a World Series contendership type deal, who would you most rather see and least rather see? The Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, or the Toronto Blue Jays?
Well, I mean, as of right now, I wouldn't.
Right.
I would much rather not see the Blue Jays because they're hot. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. The team I don't want to see is the Rays again. That would be the team I don't want to see. All the other teams I wouldn't be as so concerned about. But
I'm just trying to keep it into what we're talking about this wild card. I mean, I guess you could just do any American League team. I mean, the White Sox have just been consistently good throughout the year. Tampa Bay Rays just keep winning. I don't know. I feel less. I think this goes when you're not looking to record, obviously. Sometimes it's just a feeling, but I feel a lot more worried about a Blue Jays lineup than I do a Rays lineup. I know Randy Arozarena is the shit, but and Austin Meadows and I get it. They're a good team and they plug in the right people, but gosh, that Bo Bichette, Guerrero Jr., like a Marcus Semien, like that's got to be probably the best signing.
Dude, Marcus Semien, yeah, by far. Dude almost has 40 home runs.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, and they were talking about like, well, is he going to enjoy playing second base? Blah, blah, blah. I don't think he gives a shit, obviously. He's having the best year of his career. And I got him in like the 7th round in fantasy baseball. And he's carrying my team. So I love me some Marcus.
I think, he's the underrated shortstop available at the deadline. I know he had problems defensively early in his career, but he won a Gold Glove a couple years ago. So I think it's obviously turned around. So he could play. He's not a Trey Turner. He can play second from going to short. So
Okay. All right. Now we're jumping the gun a little bit. So say what you want. No, say what you want to say, because we're about to fucking get into it. You brought this upon yourself. We're jumping into it. Okay. Say your last thought.
Last thought. If we're looking for signings next year, I really hope that the Giants go after Marcus Simeon versus probably anybody else. I mean, obviously they signed Crawford for the 2-year deal. So, but they would like to have someone to back him up really nice. Plus, he could probably play some third, play some second. If he could play all those positions, there's no way he can't play first. If that's
cool. You want to be the Dodgers and have versatility. Great. We understand. We get it. All right. That's
the game of the game now, baby.
Now,
and obviously they're doing it better. So
jumping into what everyone wants to hear. Series recap.
Dive in.
Series recap. Dodgers and Giants. Game 1.
Game 1. Please say it. Say it. Oh,
okay.
Say it.
Here's the thing.
Look at me in my eyes and say it.
You can't say Trey Turner or Will Smith lost the game. You can't.
You lost the game
because you don't know if you win the game regardless, because the game's tied. You're going into another inning, but they eliminated the chance to win the game. And here's the thing.
Say it.
Any first baseman, it's kind of dual blame here, because that was a horseshit throw by Trey Turner. It was a horseshit throw, but any other first baseman would have made that stretch, and it would have been an out. Matt Beatty would have made it. Albert Pujols would have made it.
I think what's really
Cody
important
Bellinger would have made it. Max Muncy would have made it.
He overstretched. He should have realized. When you are, obviously you can't think of it in a second, but when you are at your position, you think, who's running, who's coming, and if you're at first, who's hitting? Buster Posey, you have all the time in the world, baby. He didn't need to stretch. It wasn't a close play. If he just would have stood up straight, caught it, and not overstretched and did that whole thing.
Well, he stretched. You can still stretch. Trust me. I played first base my whole fucking life. If there's one thing I get, it's that.
All right, expert. Let's hear it.
He stretched too early. You can still stretch. You always have some sort of stretch.
Just an experienced first baseman. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Going into it, it was like, okay, he's never played any first base at the professional level. Not a fucking inning. And it's like,
which is crazy.
My thing was like, the only thing I'm worried about is a ball in the dirt, because he's not a great defensive catcher. So having a ball in the dirt at first base, I was like, that's going to be it. Like a routine.
Imagine if he could pick it like a motherfucker, though.
Like Max Muncy fucking picks the ball, no problem. But Will Smith's just going to let it go past him. So to see it just be, again, a bad throw, but him just kind of freak out. And it sucks because you can't fault him. The dude hasn't played first base professionally, and they're interviewing him after the game, and he's like, well, sometimes during BP I'll take some balls at first, but I haven't in a long time. And you can't blame Dave Roberts either for putting him there, because he had no one else.
Extra innings. It's a bullpen game. It is what it is.
I saw so many people fucking complaining, like, why was he in there? Because you pinch run for Pujols at third with Buehler. So, and then you double switch when Barnes is pinch hitting. What are you going to do? Put Walker Buehler at first base?
Yeah.
Come on, get fucking real. So Dave played it like he had to. He had to do it that way, because on that sac fly, Albert Pujols might not have scored, because we saw how close that play was at third, and that was a deep ball where Pujols tagged. So, the one thing about Trey Turner that I had a conversation with someone and it brought to my attention a little bit is how do you have an above average shortstop become a below average second baseman? And they made a good point. It's a completely different throw as far as shortstop, you're throwing over the top. Second base, you're throwing sidearm most of the time as a right-handed second baseman. Right. So it still doesn't excuse having all the time in the world, missing a throw from 35 feet. You still can't blame the whole game on that one play. but it's a fucking killer. It's a momentum killer going into the next game, which we won, but then just hanging over you at the whole series, because that was the game we could have stole.
Right.
That was, and it turns out we didn't win the Walker Buehler game, which we were all, that's the guaranteed win. So stealing that game would have been huge.
Right. It's and to say for the Giants side, I mean, they just for game one, it's just another thing of playing good sound baseball. Like, it's not giving, I mean, it just sounds like so simple, not giving up errors, and capitalizing when you get errors, but it's just, they've been so consistent with it, that was a gift. But at the same time, when guys are run thin, you put the pedal to the metal and you try to take any advantage you can. That's the only way you can look at it. I was very nervous when Chris Taylor hit that bloop to tie the game. In my head, because when I look at games ahead, I'm very lenient on the starters, right? That's where that gives the leverage from. So I was getting worried. I was like, holy shit, if we lose this game, we are so fucked. And so when that happened, I was so relieved. But in game two, they kind of there was no, ups and downs, nothing. Offense was silent. It's been silent for that past week. So it was just like, shit, offense is silent. They barely won the game they were set up to win. Shit, there's no way they're winning the Walker Buehler game. We're losing this series. Fuck. And I have never seen the Giants hit Walker Buehler that hard constantly.
Well, no one has.
To knock him
because
for
the Giants never have until Sunday.
Exactly. So to tag him for 6 runs and get him out in the 3rd inning right after them having a bullpen game 2 days before is gotta be the best thing that's happened to me that week. And I've had a pretty good week, so it's insane.
Well, fucking good for you. Yeah, I mean, the thing
especially
about
on a bullpen game.
The thing about the Sunday game is, dude, I mean, Walker Buehler's been dominant all season. It's going to happen eventually.
Right.
Just like your boy Logan Webb, I can guarantee is going to have at least one bad start before the end of the season.
Of course.
Because dudes just can't be dominant for that long. But as so many people have said, it's good to get that one out of the way.
Get that one out of the way. Right.
And now kind of go on a run. But dude, that hurts, losing 2 out of 3. But then you're only down 1 in the division after that series. So it's not like we've been saying for the whole week. Losing the series wasn't the biggest deal. It's what you did after the series that would really make a mark. And that's where the Dodgers fucking blew it against a team that's like 6 games above 500, a Cardinals team that hasn't been hitting the fucking ball. And the offense, even the games we won, the offense, again, is streaky at best. You're getting production from your top 3 or 4 guys. And I don't even need to do a stud and dud of the week. It's dud of the season. We all know who it is. If I have to see Cody Bellinger start one more game for the Los Angeles Dodgers before he goes to AAA, I'm going to shit myself. He needs to be sent down. It's not even, dude, he just needs to be sent down. Maybe it's a little less pressure on him.
What the fuck is going on?
Exactly. Right. Call Matt Beatty up. You sacrifice the defense for the slightest bit of offensive production. Cody Bellinger had 20 something at bats the last 7 games, 0 hits, 0. You can't get much worse than that. And Billy McKinney has been dog shit too. So why not bring up Matt Beatty and have him platoon out there in the outfield?
That's super head scratching because yes, I love it when McKinney comes up to the plate. So I don't understand. Yeah, it's almost as if they're so concerned about losing Billy McKinney because I'm sure he's probably out of options.
He is out of options.
If they send him down, they lose him. And it's like, but this is what I get frustrated with this 40-man situation that the Giants and the Dodgers do. At this, like the Giants were doing it the past couple of years. Hey, you're going to send down guys who are doing better because they have options and you want to keep certain guys. I get it. But now this is You're
It's do or
fighting
die.
to win the division.
Yeah.
You lose Billy McKinney. Who fucking cares?
Yeah. What has
Who
he done?
cares?
It's not even what have you done for me lately. It's what have you done for me ever? Nothing.
Right.
Literally nothing.
And that's another thing about Billy McKinney is he's probably going to clear waivers because he went through waivers, and the last team is the Dodgers and then the Giants in the waiver wire.
Yeah, right.
So
Exactly.
So if the Dodgers got him, the last thing the Giants need is another outfielder. So Giants aren't going to pick him up.
Who the hell? I might have said this last week, but if I didn't, I'll say it right now. I would have never thought I would have said, boy, do I miss DJ Peters. DJ Peters, I mean, he's hitting 200,
right?
But he's hitting home runs. Mm-hmm. He's what I wish Cody Bellinger could hit 200 right now. I would kill for 200 right now. Cody Bellinger, I think over the last 30 games has 33 strikeouts, if I'm not mistaken, and is hitting like $160, and he's hitting a less than that on the season. Like,
that's insane.
Dude, I just don't know at this point. There's no way he should be with the big league club, and it's costing the team. It's costing the team, and you're in the fight for your life right now because now you're 2.5 games back. Dude, you're 2.5 games back, and there's 21 games left in the season. That is not a lot of time. Every day, every game, dude, the Dodgers are going to have to win 15 of the last 21, I think, to have a chance.
Right.
And when you have a guy, I don't care if he's batting eighth, that still is hurting the team. I don't care if his defense is stellar. I'd rather take a couple offensive runs than maybe giving up one defensive run by having Matt Beatty in there.
But not only that, Chris Taylor's not exactly a bad center fielder.
No, he's not. And that's the thing. Yeah. Well, of course, you shift Chris Taylor to center, Mookie stays in right, and put Matt Beatty in left. Or depending on, who, if it's a right-handed lineup, put Chris Taylor in left, Mookie in center, and put Beatty in right. Dude, I really, really don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it, but McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Fuck you.
And
also, hold on. Let me just, right before we hopped on, some nerd fucking tweeted at us who it looks like it's a burner account, or it really is some nerd who loves D&D and cosplay and promotes that for some reason. Said that he can't wait for our new episode to hear. I'm assuming he's talking about me whine about how the Giants are lucky.
Yes, I love seeing those tears run down your face.
First of all, the Giants are the luckiest team in baseball. I'm not shying away from that, as was on display with Trey Turner's bullshit horseshit throw. Luckiest team in baseball. The comeback win yesterday, bullshit. Fucking against the Colorado Rockies, who I'm told are the best team at home, which clearly isn't true. Must be fake news.
Worst team on the road and still be stressed. So
RJ Rath, if that's your name, I can't read. My glasses are off. Go fuck yourself. How about that, buddy?
That's got to be the highest compliment for a Giants fan to listen to this podcast. If Tyler,
he's not even a Giants fan. He's a furry Gandalf the Wizard fan or whatever. At least that's what it says in his bio.
Everyone knows that Gandalf the Wizard is a Giants fan, so that's just a fact. Magical. Okay. It's magic. Listen, I love to see your tears taste so fucking delicious, and I love it. And this is and it's not even just you. It's not even just you and Dodger fans and Dodgers Twitter. It has gotten into the Dodgers heads how good the Giants are. And let me explain to you. I mean,
oh please,
please
explain to me, please.
It ties into the end of the Cardinals series, so let's talk about at least give Albert Pujols his due, and then we'll talk about Max Muncy's comments, and that's where we'll go from there. So please, just give Albert Pujols his due.
Big
give
ups
him his claps.
For Tio Albert coming back, hitting a home run.
Albert, I mean, say it right. Okay.
First game since he came back with the Angels and hit a home run in his first time coming back. Super cool
Second
moment.
time coming back. Okay.
That's what I said. Yeah, cool moment. You know, the first 2 games were great. I was riding high. Okay, one more thing I want to say. So, you know, I'm always doing the math. I'm always doing the math in my head and like setting out numbers. The future, being like, okay, so the Giants, especially yesterday, my thought was, okay, Giants are going to lose today. So now we're a half game back. And then we win today. Now we're tied. And then we win tomorrow. Dodgers are going up a half game. Turns out we're back 2.5. That's a 3-game fucking difference. So
that's a 2-man swing.
Yesterday, you know, bottom of the 8th inning in Colorado, I'm like, Dodgers are going to be up a half game tomorrow. 24 hours later, we're down 2.5 in the division. Mm-hmm. It's been a rough time in my life. Okay. I'm just waiting for my, you know, fiance to leave me next. And then and leave me for, you know, the furry Dungeons and Dragons guy. And then I don't know, I'll just kill myself at that point.
Mysterious girl. Yeah. Shout out to my guy. I love that tweet. But yeah, so after fuck the St. Louis, fuck that guy. You can quote me on that. Yes. So after the St. Louis series, Max Muncy had some comments about the Dodgers offense, talking about how it was inconsistent. How inconsistent was it? The quote was, yeah, it's definitely been inconsistent. Pitchers come out and they give us their best. We really haven't been giving our best back to them. It's just one of those things where we have the talent. We're just not putting it together. We haven't really been able to do it all year. I think if you ask anybody on this team, they'll tell you we've really sucked on the offensive side.
How is that the Giants being in Max Muncy's head? Please explain.
I'm about to explain to you. This team right now, as we sit, we think about the powerhouse Dodgers teams of the past, right? 2017, they won 104 games. 2019, they won 106 games. This year, they're on pace to win 100 games. Okay, so the difference in those years is in 2017 they were up 11 games in the National League West. In 2019 they were 21 games up in the National League West. The only time the Dodgers have looked like this, as far as you know, Dodgers fans, you know, Dodgers Twitter being on fire, like what, you know, this team is really underperforming, the sky is falling, was 2018. And that year, they had to go to 163 games, and that team only won 92 games. Okay? So to put in the Dodgers' head that they're failing, they're inconsistent, and that they're not fulfilling their destiny because they're winning 100 games and that their offense is so bad, with the best run differential in baseball, 200 and a positive 222 runs. Is their run differential right now. The only reason that they're thinking like if the Giants were what everyone expected, they were going to win 88 games, the Dodgers would not be complaining right now. They would probably be, I mean, the Padres would be the only team that would be competing with them, which they are 12 games under them, 13 games under them. I haven't checked the past couple of days because I don't give a fuck about the Padres anymore, like we discussed last episode. So they wouldn't have given a shit. They would be like, okay, we're cruising. We're the best team in baseball. Who gives a shit? I mean, we lose some games. That's baseball. You don't, you know, you go a little bit over. I mean, they were 1 game under 500 in 1 week.
Okay. Let me tell you. Games. Okay.
So listen, they're not failing. They are just thinking they're failing because the Giants are such a fucking powerhouse that they put in their mind.
Powerhouse, you say.
House.
Okay.
The house is
full
20
of
rooms. 20 rooms, 10 bathrooms, double shitters made of gold.
Okay.
Powerhouse.
Cool. Are you done? All right. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Now I'm done. Let me tell you why you're wrong. Let me tell you why you're so fucking wrong.
Please.
Regardless of the record, the Dodgers offense has been inconsistent at best. I don't care about the +2 whatever run differential. When you're winning games, when you have like 3 games where you've won by like 15 runs, we put up 20 runs on the Diamondbacks, that's going to pad the fucking stats. But when you're winning games, when you have 3 hits, that's inconsistent, and that's not going to play in the playoffs if you even make it there, because now it looks like you're going to have to win a fucking wild card game to get there.
Oh, that's so nice.
Shut when you say that. Your fucking mouth and listen to me. I'm not done being sad. All right.
But that's what I'm saying. The last time you guys felt this way was a 92 win season. In 2018, if you were like, hey, you're going to end up winning 100 games at the beginning of the season, if they would like, hey, this Dodger team is going to win 100 games, like, division's locked, we're good.
Yes, I understand that. But this is why, and I've said it for years, so no one can call me a little baby back bitch, that the wild card, do it
anyway, but okay.
The wild card game is stupid. It should be back how it was. One team wins the wild card, and that's it. But anyways,
but in that way, you don't get punishment for not winning your division. You don't get a disadvantage for winning your division. You're just, in the playoffs.
Well, you still lose home field advantage.
Yeah, I know. Dude, but you lose your number one starter.
It's a tough thing, because me personally, I like having to win. I like the division matchups. Like even in the NL East right now, even though that division is absolute dog shit, it's nice that there are 3 teams in the running when one of them is 500. But then it's kind of bullshit that you have a team that's going to have, whether it be the Dodgers or the Giants, maybe the second best record in baseball, having to play a 1-game playoff. It's worked out this way before in the American League, so it is what it is. Right. But to end my point, you're wrong. The Dodgers offense is streaky, inconsistent, don't care about the run differential. They need to be consistent and get production throughout the lineup if they're going to be successful, which means please send Cody Bellinger to fucking Siberia for all I care. I just don't want to see him for at least a week. Yeah, that's it.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't think it's crazy. Like, hey, Cody, something's going on. You need to go to AAA and figure out what's going on. We need to get with our guys and try to figure the shit out, because it's not right, and it hasn't been right for a while. Unless he's nursing some sort of injury. At this point, it's like, then go on the IL for a bit.
Yeah.
And come back and be solid.
Well, in Dodgers Twitter, dude, Dodgers and Giants Twitter this past week has just been a fucking nightmare. Dodgers Twitter yesterday or 2 days ago, when Steven Souza Jr. got called up, a couple weeks ago, everyone's saying how Matt Beatty is the worst player in baseball, and he needs to be off the team. And now they're like, free Matt Beatty, bring him back up. Dude, at least Steven Souza Jr. can hit the ball. But then they start him alongside Cody Bellinger instead of putting him in left field, so we don't have to start Cody Bellinger. So we call someone up and it's like, okay, cool. Steven Souza Jr., as long as he can hit 200 with a little bit of pop, I'll take it. And then it's like, all right, batting 7th, Steven Souza Jr., and 8th, Cody Bellinger. Like, it just doesn't make, and I bet you they're going to call, Matt Beatty up and be like, oh, we're putting a pitcher on the IL. So Cody Bellinger staying up. It's,
yeah. And that's the thing. I don't know if I don't know his service time. I don't think he can be optioned to AAA without, he would have to agree to go down to AAA, I think, because he's been up so long. I think he might technically have options the same way Dickerson technically has options, but he's been up so long that he has to agree to it. He can't just be sent down. He would have the option to opt out, and obviously the Dodgers aren't going to do anything. If you can't
send him down, make him get a fucking haircut. I've been saying it for months now. Get a haircut. As an athlete, it's the first thing you do when something's going wrong. You switch it up. Get a fucking haircut.
Get a haircut.
And I guarantee it'll solve some problems. Guarantee.
It might. Let's go somewhere where there's no problems. We already talked about the Dodgers series and how the Giants just dominated. Show their display of dominance in the powerhouse, especially in that game once against the Dodgers. But let's go down to Colorado. Talk about this. The one thing to wake up your offense when you're really struggling to score and put up some runs. First of all, thank God for the starting pitching. The bullpen have just been amazing. to still be having a winning record. Well, I won a little bit of rough stretch against the Brewers and the Braves, but wasn't because of starting pitching and bullpen. It was because of the lack of offense. So the one remedy to cure that is a series in Coors Field, and just hope and pray that your bullpen and starting pitching aren't worn out afterwards. And they didn't. Kevin Gausman threw a great game. Logan Webb threw a great game. Unfortunately, his streak of only allowing 2 runs or less in an outing is over. Big clap for Logan.
The powerhouse is falling.
He gave up 3 runs at Coors Field. I'm not worried.
I know,
about
dude. It's over.
It's over. Went 7 innings. Yeah, man. He's the first pitcher to go that many games in a row with only giving up 2 runs or less since 1901. Is the only person that's has more than him with 16. He was at 14 when he lost the streak. So gotta love that guy. Yeah, Logan Webb, ace of the future, way better than Dustin May. Just have to make sure that's put out there.
Okay.
Disco, he looked a lot better. I mean, Disco and Gausman have were amazing beginning of the season. Then they hit like this rough stretch. Gausman has been looking night and day. Not looking as dominant as he did at the beginning of the year, but still looking a lot better. Looking like he could be a really solid 2 behind Logan Webb. Disco, I mean, I want to give him a little leniency because it was Coors Field. He struggled a little bit, and only wasn't even able. Can't even talk right now. Wasn't even able to get through the 5th inning. So a little concern there, but just get a little more consistent. And when that happens, we are 100% good. I will go right now into my stud and dud of the week. Dud has to be Chris Bryant. I'm sorry. I love the dude. But he looked really bad at the plate lately. Last week, hitting a 174, striking out 9 times and 27 at bats. So, but if that's the thing with Chris Bryant, tomorrow he can hit 2 home runs and go off. So not too worried about it. One guy that I do need to talk about, hottest dude in baseball, the stud of the best team in baseball, has to go to the best defending center fielder in all of baseball. My man, Steven motherfucking Duggar, hitting 368.
Cody Bellinger is a better defender.
That's completely wrong. Completely wrong. 1.1 OPS. 1.1 OPS. I'm not done. So 1.1 OPS, had a big series at Coors and had a big game against Walker Buehler. He's hit a home run off Walker Buehler in the past. So I had a feeling they were going to call him up. I should have tweeted it so I look smart. But I was like, no, I'm being too much of a homer because I have a man crush on Steven Duggar, so I didn't do it, but had a huge triple to, score a couple runs, had a big series. Guys not going back down. Too hot. You don't send hot guys down when they're doing well,
Yeah, best defender in baseball can't even stay with the major league club. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he didn't get set down because of his defense. He got set down because he was struggling offensively. That's what happens. When you struggle offensively, you go down AAA, figure it out, come back and drop dick. That's
not
what
if
happens.
You're Cody Bellinger, bro. You get to stay with the big
when you're on the Giants
team. Yeah. I just wanted to make a point here real quick.
Make it. Point it.
I hate Lamont Wade Jr. Because he's good.
I want to find out.
Of course, you got him for like a case of baseballs or whatever. But I do want to say, I was listening to an old episode. Right. I don't know why. And you kept calling him Lamont Davis.
I did 2 times.
Use a bitch. You don't even know your stud player's name. You're a phony, a big fat phony. Giants fans don't know shit.
Obviously stupid. You obviously didn't listen to the full episode because I think you said, did you say Davis? And I said, no, I said Wade. I do that all the time. Every single time I want to talk about Russell Westbrook, I say Russell Wilson. And everyone's like, Russell Wilson plays football, you jackass. And I'm like, I know. I'm talking about Russell Westbrook. Like, you said Russell Wilson 5 times. No, I didn't. Like, that's the way I am. Okay. And that's the way it is. That's the way it's always going to be.
We just need to accept you. Okay. Got it.
Accept me the way I am. I was born this way. I say wrong things. Yes. Lamont Wade. I think it was a good thing because before that episode, I'll be honest with you, before the season, I had no idea who Lamont Wade Jr. was.
Yeah. No idea. One did.
Exactly. So when we got him, I was like, Lamonte Wade. Okay. Sounds good. And then I was like, you know what? I need to let me just look up some of his shit. So like, I don't sound stupid. So I did. And they called him Lamont Wade. So I knew, okay. I just misspoke.
Larry Johnson from the Minnesota Twins.
And there's
Mont Wade,
so
Larry
many
Johnson,
good
same
gems.
thing.
There's so many good gems on there. That specific episode, because that was like our predictions. Where I was talking about Lamont Wade, talking him up like kind of sarcastically to kind of get you going, but also like I knew
Oh yeah,
the Farhan
I think I
might have been
said
a solid.
yeah,
Yeah, like
MVP Lamont Wade Jr.
Yeah, so you went overboard there, and I was talking him up to kind of get you going, but also like you never know. I mean, no one knew about Mike Yastrzemski, but I was like kind of like sarcastic, but saying like, "Holy shit, no one fucking knew." And I do want someone to ask him if he's doing this as like Wakanda Forever, or when he crosses the play, he does the arms cross.
No,
is it Wakanda
dude,
Forever type thing, or is that like a certain thing? I want to know. I
it's
want to know.
homage to the old Under Armour commercials. The whatever, I don't remember.
Or maybe he's straight edge, and me and him share a bond.
Yeah, that's dumb.
What do you mean it's dumb? It's dumb.
What? It's dumb. Yeah, dude. I mean, I guess we can just jump into looking ahead.
Let's look ahead, man. Let's look ahead to next week.
There's just really not excited. Much to look forward to.
I think there is, especially
Dodgers
in the
Dodgers. I mean, talk about they have every game is a huge game. Every game is a huge game. Dodgers have 2 more homestands against the Padres. One is coming up starting today, if you're listening to the podcast on Friday. So Dodgers have 3 against San Diego. Then they have 3 at home against Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they have to take 5 out of 6 at home. Take 2 out of 3 from San Diego. It's not enough to just win series anymore. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 series left. 7.
Especially because it's not like, and I know I'm going to sound like a home run here, but the Giants are always winning series. So to gain on the series, is that even a word? Series? No, the Giants are always winning series. Sorry. The Giants are always winning series. They have been consistently throughout this whole year. So yeah, you have to go on an amazing run to catch up.
Yeah, it was, because what was it? The
Dodgers I was worried about this.
20-6 in August. And then I think the Giants went 18-9 or something like that. So the Dodgers gained 3 games. But I mean, dude, when you go 20-6, you expect to gain more than just 3 games. Right. So that's you have to figure the Giants are going to keep pace at what they're doing. And, even looking a little further ahead, I know we typically don't do this, but I have to say it. We're going to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati, they're fighting for their lives in the wild card. So it's not like they're just a give up game. And the Dodgers don't play particularly well in Cincinnati. So there's that. And then we're on the road in Colorado, which, unless the Giants are there, they're the best team at home in baseball. So, but we do have 2 series against Arizona, but I don't know what's their last series, last weekend of the year? Who do they play?
The Diamondbacks and the Padres.
Because the Dodgers play the Milwaukee Brewers the last series of the season.
But that actually might not be that bad because they have a legit stretch. A legit lead in their division. So they might be like, what? We're not pitching Woodruff. Are you fucking crazy? Barnes, we're not pitching. You're fucking insane. We're not pitching them. We're gonna get them ready for the playoffs. Fuck, I don't care. So honestly, that might be the best time to play them.
Yeah, but you might see one of those guys just to keep them on regular rest. You might see one of Burns, Peralta, or Woodruff, but
right.
Hopefully you don't.
I'd rather see Woodruff than Barnes.
I'd rather see the Arizona Diamondbacks than the Milwaukee Brewers, but that's what the Dodgers have coming up. 6 games, 3 against San Diego, 3 against Arizona, all at home. Absolutely have to take 4 of 6. 5 of 1's even better, and a little double sweep would be best. So let's see if the offense can get out of their own way finally.
So your strategy is win every single game and you should be good. Gosh, that's incredible. I skate better.
Well, here's the thing.
Skate.
And I haven't said this. We haven't talked about this yet. So just real quick, and then I'll let you get back to your bullshit. Clayton
My
Kershaw
winning
is
bullshit.
gonna make a start against the Diamondbacks early next week.
Mm-hmm.
So Tony Gonsolin started today, looked pretty good. It looks like the Dodgers are gonna have a rotation again. So bullpen
That's
can
fucking
rest
huge.
up, hopefully. So that's gonna be big. Haven't heard anything about Danny Duffy. I think he's eligible to come off the 60 in a week or in a few days. So, things could be looking up, but I don't want to get too excited because I don't want to be let down. So
right. And the thing is the Padres do have a way to win the series. Game 2, I feel like they have no chance. It's Paddock versus Bueller. No fucking way. Game 1, Musgrove versus Urias. They have a solid chance to win that game. But game 3 is Snell and Scherzer. So the way Snell's been throwing lately.
Exactly. Snell's not the Blake Smell of 2 months ago or the whole season.
I can't believe you're still on that. Okay.
His last 2 or 3 starts have been pretty good.
Right.
And Musgrove can fuck around and take a no-hitter into the 6th inning, seemingly whenever he wants. So,
yeah. And then the thing with Scherzer is he's had an amazing stretch, but it's gotta end at some point. So
I doubt it.
Could be this. It could be. That's fine. If it stays that way during the season, that means the first game of the playoffs, it's gonna happen. So I would be fine with that too. So because we're gonna see each other in the playoffs
at the beginning of the year. Max Scherzer throws his 3,000th strikeout against San Diego Padres as a member of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And that's going to happen this weekend. He only needs 6 strikeouts to hit 3,000. So something to watch out for. It's going to be pretty neat.
It would be pretty rare if he doesn't do it. So back to the powerhouse first place team in that resides in San Francisco. We're going to be playing the Cubs and the Padres right after the Dodgers, which means we're going to miss Blake Snell, which is pretty great. We are going to get Musgrove, and that means we will be getting Paddock, I think, right? Or we'll be missing Paddock. So basically, we're going to be getting the no-name guys for the Padres. And I know that the Cubs are not a good team, but they are very hot right now. And they're playing against we're probably going to have 2 bullpen games. It's looking like game 1 and game 3 will be a bullpen game. And Kevin Gausman will be pitching game 2 against Zach Davies, which for some reason the Giants can't hit Zach Davies. So that's but we're going to need to go 5-2. I'm going to go 5-2 because the fact is the Dodgers are still not like losing unless we play them. So when we're not playing them, they're winning series. I think it's really important. I think this right after this is where we hit another really tough stretch where we're back to, Atlanta. Then it's like Padres, and then it's somebody else who is really good. I'm checking right now. I guess not. Atlanta. Oh, it's Padres, Atlanta, and Colorado in Colorado. So, I know we just swept there, but they're still one of the best teams at home. So, can't really take that lightly. So got to keep pace because I just would really hate to waste Logan Webb in a wild card game. We get him fresh game 1 and we got to win this division if we want to go deep in the playoffs. So keep pace. Giants go 5-2. Get her to sow that. Boom.
Neat. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I just can't wait to watch, Dodgers Twitter, Giants Twitter, both on fire for the next 3 weeks.
I love one thing I want to say. I just gotta love the troll job by the Giants Twitter handle person, social media. I don't know what the title is called, but there was a big stink because when the Dodgers were in first place in the division.
God, you guys MLB, are such fucking
babies. MLB. They posted this huge graphic about how the Dodgers are in first place for the first time. Blah, 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 blah. It's the greatest thing in the world. So then the Giants Twitter, right after they won the series, made a graphic that they were alone in first place, that they won the series. And every single time, because the Giants were the first to 50, 60, 70, and 80 wins. And they made a graphic every single time. This last time, they didn't make a graphic for the Giants being the first to 90 wins. I don't know if it's just because they already had the graphic made for the Dodgers and they thought the Dodgers were going to take over then and they didn't want to change it. Or they were just butthurt because the Giants clapped back. The Giants Twitter clapped back. So they're like, we're just going to say 90s kids. Meh. So I don't know.
Giants Twitter is so fucking annoying. When going into the Walker Buehler game, so many people, and just a couple particular, I won't name names, they are just like roasting Gabe Kapler, being like, "Oh, this fucking team, they're not fucking hitting, and now you got to go against Walker Buehler, you fucking idiot." And it's like, so it's Gabe Kapler's fault that your guys can't hit, and then they go and fucking rough up Walker Buehler pretty bad, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, the Giants are great." Blah blah blah. They figured it out. Like, dude, there's one person in particular I've never seen them say a positive thing about the Giants. And they're a Giants fan. It's just constant fucking complaining.
Right.
So I'm glad they're on Giants Twitter and not Dodgers. Fuck them. Fuck that nerd that was talking shit. Fuck everything. Can't wait to see the Dodgers
right now.
Can't wait to see the Dodgers play in the fucking wild card game against the Padres.
Oh, I'm gonna love it. RJ Rath, you're my guy. Thank you for making this episode so special for me. Yes. So yeah, I here's the thing. Teams just go on rough stretches. You're not going to be a hot offense throughout the entire season. And if you do, it's going to disappear in the postseason.
Yes, so Jesse, thank you. I fucking know how baseball works.
I'm not talking about you. You're saying the people that were complaining. I'm elaborating on what you were saying. I'm agreeing with you. So when you go on Twitter and you're saying, "Oh my God, this team sucks," because they have a little bit of a spurt for a week, you just sound stupid. So just don't do that. I mean, yeah, be like, "Hey, it's terrible that this is happening. Gosh, they need to turn it on." But you're like, "Oh, this team sucks." I mean, like basically what Max Muncy did to his own team. "Oh my God, we're so inconsistent," even though they have a run differential of 222.
And basically what I'm doing now is saying the Dodgers are going to win the wild or have to play in the wild card. You know, we're all just hypocritical pieces of shit. What can I say?
Michael Jordan struck. Boom. Love it. Yeah.
One more thing. One more thing before we leave.
One more thing.
A couple things. Dude, I hope I never have to watch another fucking game on ESPN ever. This one was, I don't know if it's because we were losing. And so I was just like super pressed because we were already losing. But just the stupidest shit, even Buster Only with the whole Brandon Crawford, like, balsamic fucking vinegar in your hair or whatever.
Only, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Buster Only wasn't in that interview.
Oh, no. It was, what was it? Dude, what was it? It was during the game. They were running a piece with Buster Only. And like it was a split screen and there was no audio on the game, and there was just audio on him talking with a player, I can't remember who it was, for like 3 minutes. And it was like, I'm here to watch the fucking baseball game, not the stupid fucking conversation.
Take it out of the advertisement time. Take it out of a mound visit. Don't take it out of the actual fucking game.
No, and A-Rod, dude, ESPN is just bad. It really, really is bad.
How can someone that was so good at baseball be so bad about talking about baseball? You don't want to be down 1 run. You actually want to be down 2 runs, because that makes you more, and like you makes no fucking sense.
No, dude, it was rough.
I don't understand it.
It was bad. It was bad. Yeah. One more last thing, and this might get cut out. Who knows? Thing. I'm just so upset right now. You know what I started watching the other day? Again, because it's been like a decade. Did you ever watch The Franchise on Showtime?
Oh yeah. I watched the Giants one. That was it.
Yeah. I rewatched a little bit of that. They really should bring that show back. That would be sick.
That was a good show.
Also, Aubrey Huff, pretty likable back then.
Yes. The legend of Aubrey Huff with his thing. Yeah. Turns out he was just a piece of shit.
And it's funny. I'm watching the episode where they go to the White House after winning the World Series. Dude, there's Aubrey smiling away, listening to Barack Obama. Never let him forget that.
That was like his argument that why like, players should be on. Like, I went to the White House when Barack Obama was there and I didn't like him. Like, good for you.
I honestly don't think I don't think he gave a shit. I think he was happy to be there. He looks stoked.
Yeah, well, that was his argument. That's what he said. So,
well, he's a bitch. Moral of the episode: bring back the franchise.
He's a bitch, and I ain't.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna whoop his ass.
Use a bitch. I ain't. This episode is brought to you by Renovation Candle Company, which I own. If you don't know, so go buy some shit.
Support
me. Support me. Look how sad I am right now.
Yes,
go buy some
a candle.
Fuck.
Yeah, and help Tyler just fed on pure energy and Red Bull. Yes, thank you so much for listening. Make sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform and YouTube. Please hit that like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Make the algorithm go crazy. Yeah, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Benches Cleared Podcast, Twitter, Benches Cleared P, and TikTok, Benches Cleared. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you.
And I'll talk shit about you on the episode. Give you a little 5 minutes.
Tweet at us, and we will talk about it in the episode. We love it. Trash talking is what we do best, so we love it. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.